Welcome to the wonderful world of RNG hell. I'm leggystarscream, and I'm going to be running Dungeon Dice Monsters. Just to give the quick summary of what's going to happen right away, I'm going to do some shopping, set up the dice that I'm going to be using for the rest of this game, and then getting right into it. I'm not really going to bother explaining anything until we get into that first fight, because shopping is a little bit of menuing, but I'll count us down and I'll let the couch introduce themselves. So we'll start on go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, is it time for us to introduce ourselves?
Yes.
Oh, hi. Okay. Hi, I'm ZoeVermilion. We are here at the GDQ studio. So Leggy is offsite at the comfort of her own home, and me and my co-couch is here in the studio. So introduce yourselves.
I'm dijonketchup.
Hi, we are FreyasSpirit.
And we're here for a very special reason, but that's going to wait for a few moments. So
Yeah. So starting off, just trying to set up this deck to be what I need. I'm going to be getting 4 Ryukushin, 6 Beaver Warriors, and 5 Penguin Soldiers to comprise my final deck of dice. And I need 1 more of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There it is. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm just going to need 1 more Penguin Soldier, and then we'll be good to go. For those of you who may have played this game as a kid, you might recognize, wait, aren't all those monsters super weak, low-level dice? And the answer would be yes. The reason we're doing this is because of the way that Dungeon Dice Monsters works. We're basically going to exploit the fact that any monster always does 1 hit of damage on the enemy general, their dice master, and basically just use the cheapest, weakest dice we can to get there as soon as possible. We have 6 different tournaments we have to get through. Each tournament is going to be 4 duels each, and you have to win all 4 of those duels in sequence in order to beat the tournament. So we're up against our first opponent, Artie Archie. This game pulls a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Characters, both major and minor, so there will be a lot of characters you don't recognize, unless you're super deep into the lore and or the manga. There will also be a lot of characters in here who are like generic Goon B. So just keep your eyes open for some of the shenanigans that this game sets us up to. So like I said, our goal is to summon a whole bunch of low-level monsters in order to build a bridge formed by the dice that we dimension across the arena to attack our opponent's life points directly. We have our 3 monsters, each of which have a certain number of summon crests, which allow us to summon the monsters. Those are the stars with the number in them. Most of our monsters are level 1, but the Ryukushins are level 2. A level 1 monster has 4 summon crests. Again, those are the stars that let you summon. A level 2 monster has 3, etc., etc. You have to roll 2 crests with the same number in order to summon a monster. Additionally, all of our monsters also feature a number of other crests on the side. Specifically, all of the dice we have in our pool feature either attack or movement crests, because we don't care about defense, we're trying to go fast. And the other 2 require are used to power the special abilities that our different monsters will have. well, could have if we were playing with monsters that had special abilities. So as you can see, we've basically built out our bridge all the way to the other side. We'll just need to summon one more monster, and then we can start attacking our opponent. So I'm going to put that down. I'm going to move up. I'm going to attack. And the movement costs 1 movement crest per space moved. Each attack I do with a monster costs 1 attack crest. You'll notice that our opponent doesn't have any movement crests that they've rolled, so they are completely unable to move their monsters around. This is really good for us. Additionally, one of the other mechanics of this game is you can move a monster either before or after you attack with it, which allows us to do things like this. Where I warrior, then I have it take a few steps out of the way, move in with my penguin soldier, and win the fight. So that's our first fight down, and we're going to be doing that 23 more times. So to keep everyone interested and entertained, may I introduce the third-rate duelists.
Hey, now it's our turn. So yeah, there is a donation incentive met, and so we are here to do a thing. I'm going to start the thing, and then my 2 lovely friends will chime in with their portion of the thing. So I'm going to start. I'm actually going to do the thing we said we're going to do. Long ago, when the pyramids were still young, Egyptian kings played a game of great and terrible power. But these shadow games erupted into a war that threatened to destroy the entire world until a brave and powerful pharaoh locked the magic away. The stone eye reveals a small golden chest sitting on a pedestal in a beam of light. Behind it on the wall, as well as the pedestal, faded pictograms are visible. The eye expands out of the corners of our vision as we approach the box. Fade to black. Imprisoning it within the mystical millennial items. I'm just going to skip stage directions on this part. It's just the prologue. Now, 5,000 years later, a boy named Yugi unlocks the secret of the Millennium Puzzle. He is infused with ancient magical energies, for destiny has chosen him to defend the world from the return of the Shadow Games, just as the brave Pharaoh did. That's a long stage direction. 5,000 years ago. Act 1. Another day at school and another duel during recess. Other kids chat over magazines while over in a corner of the classroom, Joey and Taya face off, surrounded by Yugi, Tristan, and 3 other spectators, including a kid with bright white hair.
Joey, make a move already.
Okay, here you go, tough guy. My rock ogre's gonna rock your block off.
She flip summons her monster. Happy Lover.
Yeah, Taya, like that wimpy card has a chance against my giant rock guy? Give it up.
Guess I don't stand a chance, unless maybe I use the Breath of Light card.
She puts it down. It's a magic card.
Huh? Can she do that?
Yugi, acting more or less as the referee, is quite enjoying the duel. Oh yeah, the Breath of Light wears down rock monsters, reduces them to rubble.
Huh?
And Joey has lost again.
That brings your life points down to 0, Joey. Once again, you lose and I rock. You stink at this game.
After school, around 2 p.m. from the clock tower, students mill around in front of the building.
Tristan's right, Yugi. I do stink. I can't win at duel monsters to save my life. What is it, Yugi? Why can't I ever win? Teach me what I'm doing wrong.
On a pair of chin-up bars somewhere on the school campus, Joey leans his elbows on one and Yugi sits on the other. Yugi hops off the bar and walks over to Joey. Well, let's start by checking your deck, Joey. Joey stops leaning, surprised, and digs in a pocket.
Huh? Okay, here you go.
He hands Yugi his deck and leans on the bar again. Ah, thanks. Yugi skims through Joey's cards, and the more cards he looks at, the more concerned the look on his face. His eyes get bigger and bigger.
Powerhouse lineup, don't you think?
No one could win with these. Joey, your deck's filled with nothing but monster cards.
You got it. I packed it with every butt-kicking monster I could find.
But that's not how the game works.
Huh?
Duel Monsters is about combining your monster cards with your magic card to increase their strength. With no magic in your deck, your monsters will get creamed every time. As Yugi holds the deck, we notice the top card is M Warrior number 2. Joey runs over and grips Yugi by the shoulders.
Huh? See, that's the kind of stuff I need to know. Oh. Yugi, you gotta help me learn more.
And commercial break for a moment. Do we have any donations?
Yes, we do. Your Fedge donates $25 and says, "Great cause, glad to." We just ran out of commercials.
Yeah. Okay. Outside the game shop. My grandpa's the real game.
Real fast. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, go for it.
Yeah, you can kind of see how RNG comes into play with this game. As you may or may not have noticed, I rolled a whole bunch of not summoning monsters, and it definitely can be a bit swingy. This game, if you have good RNG, this category can take about an hour and a half, but you can never bank on good RNG. So, anyway, that's it.
We now return to our regularly scheduled program. Outside the game shop. My grandpa's the real game expert in the family. Maybe he can help. Inside the shop, Grandpa's in the middle of putting up a duel poster that depicts a clash between Black Luster Soldier and Harpy's pet dragon. Hey, Grandpa, I brought you a new student.
Huh? Students?
Grandpa climbs down from his stepladder.
I was hoping since you know more about duel monsters than anyone, maybe you'd teach me. Teach you? Duel Monsters is a very complex game. Yeah, tell me about it. Taya beat me 3 games in a row.
Actually, Taya beat you 5 times in a row, Joey.
5? Oh, man. Huh?
The poster has caught Joey's eye. Grandpa looks up at it.
Yes, I could teach you to be a great tournament duelist, but only if you're willing to spend endless days and sleepless nights filled with rigorous training.
Joey's a little bit scared and therefore pretends he's not.
Ah, piece of cake. With an attitude like that, teaching you might not be worth my effort.
Joey starts to panic. He messed up big time. Nice going there, smart mouth. What was it, Joey? What was that? Anyway, go for it. Joey gets on his knees and begs Yugi.
Please, Yugi, help me convince him. I will work hard, I promise.
Listen, Joey, teaching you duel monsters is too big a challenge, even for my grandpa.
It's not impossible.
Joey looks up. He might still have a chance.
Huh? You mean it, Gramps?
Joey, he already said he can't do it. And if he can't do it, he can't do it. We start to get the sense that Yugi's goading Grandpa into agreeing to teach Joey, or even that Yugi knows already that Grandpa's just giving Joey a good scare to start his training off right.
I never said I couldn't do it. But I agree. If I agree, you must work hard. I'll do anything. I promise. I promise. Fine. Then we'll begin your instruction immediately, my young friend. And believe me, under my tutelage, you will learn. Now, can you name the most powerful duel monster? No? Oh god, I picked the worst 2 characters to play. Can you name the weakest? No. You do know what a trap card is, don't you? Kinda. I have no idea.
I'm distinctly visualizing this episode in my head. I watched it so many times as a kid. A big stadium full of screaming fans containing a big holographic arena like the one Yugi and Kaiba used. Good evening, Duel fans and 10 million viewers at home. And welcome to the Duel Monsters Duel Dome, where tonight the Duel Monsters Regional Championship will be decided. Of the 200 duelists that have competed in this marathon tournament, only 2 competitors remain standing. Put your cards together for Weevil Underwood, the Bug Brawler. One podium in the duel stadium appears out of the wall, and on it stands Weevil, a short fellow with a nasty little grin and light blue hair. He wears big, round glasses with yellow frames, and his jacket is a green, not quite bright enough to be classified as chartreuse. And his opponent, the #1 ranked Rex Raptor Dino Duelist. Rex is just as short as Weevil, keeping his wild brown hair down with bright red cap, with a purple streaked bangs poking out of the front. He wears a green shirt and a khaki vest and looks ready for a fight. Yugi, Joey, Tristan, and Taya are sitting around Yugi's living room watching the match on TV. Taya's on an ottoman wearing a pink turtleneck, a blue miniskirt, and tights. Yugi's wearing his usual blue pants and blazer, and of course the Millennium Puzzle, sitting on the couch in his socks. Joey's sitting next to Yugi in jeans, a white shirt, and a green jacket. Tristan, on another ottoman close to Joey, is wearing a black pants and a white shirt.
Bug Boy versus Dinosaur Breath? What kind of match is that? That it should have been me in there.
I know you've been training for weeks, but those guys are in another league. You're just not ready yet.
Joey closes his eyes and holds up his head, mock-affronted.
Sure, rub it in.
And on top of that, you're so tired you can't keep your eyes open. Joey doesn't open his eyes, and we can hear him snoring quietly. He's fallen asleep on the spot, proving Yugi's point. I think Grandpa's lessons have been a bit too tough for him. Flashback, 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 flashback. Joey shuffles the deck again and again until the cards fall from his hands and he lays his head down on the table.
So tired. Must rest.
But Grandpa had been right there with a bundle of sticks and whacked the table hard.
You have no time for rest. Wah! Did you come here to learn duel monsters, or did you come here to catch up on your sleeping?
And flashback, 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 flashback.
My throat hurts.
Joey's still sitting there, snoring peacefully. Tristan leans in.
You see? It's true what they say. You snooze, you lose.
Joey starts awake and looks at Tristan with annoyance. Taya laughs. Joey groans.
I must have been nuts to think I could ever learn this crazy game.
Grandpa walks into the room carrying a box.
Time for your lesson. What? We're not done? Not by a long shot, you slacker.
Joey groans.
Now quit your whining, Joseph. I know you've been working long and hard, but you really are coming along as a duelist. And I'm quite proud of you.
I'm going to take a quick pause here. How many of us knew that Joey's full name was Joseph?
I, for one, am shocked.
I mean, what else could it have been?
Josepher?
Joey, Joe, Jr., Shabadoo.
Could just be Joey.
Just could be Joey. Joey could be the full name. Could be short for Joe. Think about that one. Don't think about that one. It is late.
Short for Joestar.
It could be Joey Wheeler is a Joestar confirmed. You thought it was, but it was I, Tristan, all along. Anyway, where was I at in this script?
So while we're quickly interrupted, I just want to note that I've completely locked my opponent out of the game.
Oh, you did the thing where you can't build?
Honestly, this should have counted as a victory condition, and I'm kind of mad that the game doesn't recognize it.
Do we have any other commercial breaks so we can let Dijon's voice rest for a moment?
Yes, we could definitely do commercial break. Friendly Frankenstein donates $10 and says, as one of approximately 5 people who actually owned a copy of Dungeon Duel Monsters as a kid, I literally never imagined I would see someone running this game. What a feeling. Admittedly, the feeling is mostly confusion, remembering how much time I spent on this game.
Yeah, I never actually had this game as a kid, but I had the physical Dungeon Dice Monsters set, and I always wanted to actually own the game itself.
I'm not sure which one's nerdier.
Wow.
All right, we're going to go back to, again, our regularly scheduled program. I have to figure out where I left off in this script. Joseph. Okay, there it is. Joey's so moved by the praise, his eyes start to water. He goes to hug Grandpa.
Gramps, thank you. Oh, by the way, Yugi.
And the sweet moment is ruined as Grandpa obliviously moves out of Joey's reach, walking over to Yugi. Joey falls off the back of the couch and probably lands on his face.
I'm proud of my timing on that. This package came for you.
A package? What is it, Gramps?
I don't know. It just came in the mail.
Huh. He accepts the box Grandpa was carrying and reads the label. It's from Industrial Illusions. Joey climbs back onto the couch.
Industrial Illusions? That's the company that makes the Duel Monsters game. Why the heck would they be sending a package to you, Yugi?
I have no idea. Is it possible they heard I beat the world champion?
You mean Kaiba?
Yeah, it wasn't an official match or anything, but Kaiba did drop out of the tournament because of me. Flashback, flashback, flashback. Draw your last pathetic card so I can end this, Yugi. My grandpa's deck has no pathetic cards, Kaiba, but it does contain the unstoppable Exodia. Ah! Impossible! Exodia! Obliterate!
Yeah, you know how it feels.
And flashback, 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 flashback.
Just hearing Kaiba's name gives me a headache.
Whoa, guys, Raptor just swamped Weevil.
Yugi, these guys any good?
Oh yeah, they're both pretty tough customers. Weevil specializes in insect cards, and he's a great strategist. Then you've got Rex Raptor and his dinosaur cards. He uses their power to overwhelm his opponents.
Itsy bitsy bugs against Duel and dinosaurs? Raptor has this one in the bag.
I wouldn't be so sure. They turn back to the screen, and so do we. Freyas, you want to take this one?
It's all right, Weevil. Consider yourself Dinosaur Chow.
Oh, and Raptor plays the strongest card in his deck, the terrible two-headed King Rex. Looks like this match could be over right here, right now. Act 2. Open on the two-headed King Rex, right where we left Weevil and Rex's televised duel. We're back, monster fans, and with the two-headed King Rex in play, it looks like this duel is all done.
Your move.
And all I have is this weak little bug. If you want this one, you can. Weevil Underwood counters with a basic insect card.
He plays a wimpy bug against the giant dinosaur? The place will be covered in bug guts.
Maybe, but I wouldn't underestimate Weevil.
King Rex, let's take this championship. Stomp him.
You've attacked your way into my trap. But then, how could your tiny dinosaur brain know when an enemy attacks? My vortex activates.
Your throat is going to hate you after this.
I know. I don't know why I agreed to this.
Weevil's trap card is a card called Infinite Dismissal.
Oh no, it's a trap card.
Which totally traps your King Rex in its inescapable embrace.
A localized whirlwind appears around King Rex, keeping it from moving.
Oh no, my King Rex.
And while he's trapped there, I'll upgrade my basic insect by giving him armor with laser cannon.
This equip spell is officially known as Insect Armor with Laser Cannon.
Not such a weak little bug after all. Attack!
It's really on point, actually. Basic Insect fires its new shoulder-mounted cannon and hits King Rex square in the chest. Rex groans aloud. King Rex recoils from the energy blast and the electricity that came with it and disappears.
And King Rex is extinct.
What? Beaten by a bug.
A stunning upset by Weevil Underwood, our newest champion. Weevil's podium lowers him to the arena floor, and he raises his deck with a triumphant snicker.
Man, King Rex squashed by an insect?
The announcer, since we catch a glimpse of him, is a trim man with a microphone in a business suit, nondescript. And now, a very special honor for our new champion. Here to present the Duel Monsters Championship Trophy, the creator of Duel Monsters and the president of Industrial Illusions, ladies and gentlemen and fellow duelists, I give you Mr. Maximilian Pegasus! The floor inside the border of one of Weevil's trap zones contains a separate panel, a trap door. This slides open and Pegasus enters the stadium by way of an elevator platform. This is the ominous gentleman we saw at the end of the last episode who habitually keeps his long white hair concealing his left eye. He holds a golden trophy, rather modest in size. The lights shine down on the stadium. And the stadium audience goes crazy. Pegasus walks over to Weevil, who is extremely short and tiny, and hands him his trophy, speaking with measured sincerity and warmth. Congratulations. Weevil's blushing a bit under his glasses, starstruck.
Thank you.
As Pegasus continues, his words take on the ring of importance and grandeur. And as regional champion, I invite you to compete in a bold new tournament I'm hosting at Duelist Kingdom. I also need to take a break off my throat. Any updates, Leggy? or commercial break?
Yeah, no, I'm just kind of making my way through, walking fast, faces past, and I go down. Kind of impressed you decided to take Yugi and Pegasus, given the contents of this episode.
I forgot.
Yeah, you might want to pass
maybe Freya's
one
can
of them
take
off to
Pegasus.
someone.
We can take Pegasus.
Yeah, take Pegasus, please. I realized it after I did it.
Though you did do a fantastic Pegasus voice.
Thank you. Thank you.
I've actually got a commercial break here.
Okay.
Hi.
All right, we've got a great incentive right now. It's file name choice for Code Lyoko, which is the run immediately after this one. Currently in the lead, we have Frog Facts for the file name choice, which is actually a joke from the Super Mario Sunshine run that we had earlier today. So if you want Frog Facts, go and vote. If you don't want Frog Facts, think of something creative. All right,
I fully
back to
support
you.
Frog Facts so much that it's the file name for this run. Not that you'd be able to see that anywhere because of the way that this game is set up.
But it's there. You saw it at the beginning of the run. It's fine.
Yeah. If you missed it at the beginning, go back and watch the VOD. Trust me, it's there.
Yeah. All right. And we now return to our regularly scheduled program with a slight change in voice actors. With that, we return to Yugi's house, the game shop.
Oh, there it is. Huh. With all the excitement of the championships, you forgot to open your package, Yugi.
What could it be? He lifts the flap of the box. Huh? The others lean in. Inside the box, well padded, we see a red glove with a thick metal wristband that has a star-shaped holes punched in it, a plastic case containing 2 small star-shaped objects, and a plain black videotape.
Some kind of glove.
And stars.
Maybe there's an explanation on the video.
Yugi picks up the video and looks at it.
Pop it in and check it out.
Okay. Yugi puts the video in the VCR below the TV, and they gather around to watch. After a moment of static, the face of Pegasus appears on the screen, and he speaks to them.
Greetings, little Yugi. I am Maximilian Pegasus.
Pegasus?
We just saw him on TV.
The famous Maximilian Pegasus sends greetings to my Yugi?
I have heard some terribly interesting things about you, Yugi.
Huh?
Your impressive defeat of Seto Kaibo intrigued me so much that I decided to investigate your amazing dueling skills personally. Right here, right now, we shall hold a special duel. We'll play with a strict time limit of 15 minutes, and when time's up, the player with the highest life points will be the winner. Are you ready?
What?
What? He can't seriously expect you to fight a duel against a videotape.
That's crazy.
Pegasus chuckles as though he heard their remarks, then looks right at them, through the screen. A few strands of his hair fall aside, and through them can be seen the strange golden eye. It shines with an inner power, and the picture on the screen wavers as though seen through a heat haze. He answers without speaking.
No, it's magic.
Everything around Yugi, including his friends, turns blue, frozen in place and lifeless. His living room is gone, replaced by a surrounding of black and blue clouds. He looks back at Joey, Tristan, Taya, and Grandpa, frozen motionless. Everything's going dark and cold, and the others aren't moving. What have you done to them? Where have you taken us?
We're no longer in this world, you know. But I will return you after our game.
Then it's time to duel. Once again, the mysterious Millennium Puzzle begins to glow and shakes and sways on its own. Whether aloud or in his head, we'll never know. Yugi cries out, Yugi! Oh, 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 oh. As the word is spoken, the voice speaking it grows deeper. From a gray void appears swirling lines, strange symbols, rushing wind, and a column of blue-white light in which there appears a figure. He's like Yugi, but isn't. The more confident, stronger Yugi seems almost to glow with light in his otherworldly realm as he appears, facing Pegasus with a confident and somewhat forbidding smile. He will not be intimidated. Start the clock and make your move, Pegasus.
Certainly. Let's begin.
Suddenly, Pegasus is no longer quite contained within the TV screen, but stands across the table painted with 2 opposing sets of the familiar layout of card zones. The black robe he wears over his usual red attire causes him to blend into the darkness except for his face and hands. A countdown somewhere begins to count. 15 minutes. 14:59. As Pegasus places the card face down in one of his spell/trap zones.
Nervous, Yugi boy? You should be. You have never faced a duelist like me before.
Yugi draws his card and places it in his hand. You may be good.
I assure you, I am.
But I will beat you to save my friends. Yugi holds up a card, about to slap it down. Golden glow emanates from behind Pegasus' hair where his left eye would be.
You won't save anyone with that dragon card.
How? Indeed, the card he was about to play is Kurumi Dragon.
I've told you, you've never faced anyone like me before. I know every move you'll make, before you can even make it.
Yugi glares back at Pegasus, cornered at an unfair advantage. Act 3. Yugi glares at Pegasus, cornered. Behind him, Taya, Grandpa, Joey, and Tristan are still motionless statues.
Knowing every move you'll make gives me a distinct advantage, wouldn't you say?
What?
For example, I can anticipate your next play and counter it with this dragon capture jar.
The trap card Pegasus holds up begins to glow, and Yugi shields his face as blinding white light blasts out of the TV. The dragon on the card appears above Yugi.
It will draw the Komori dragon from your card and imprison the beast.
And it does.
Trapped, never to be played against me.
This is crazy. First he reads my mind, then he brings the monster from on my card to life?
This dark dimension we're in is known as the Shadow Realm, a mystical place where incredible monsters can be summoned, and the impossible is quite possible.
But what you're telling me can't be true.
Tell me, Yugi, do you believe that there is magic in these cards?
Don't you know? You invented this game.
What if I told you I didn't?
Huh?
In ancient times, the Egyptian called this the Shadow Game. Powerful pharaohs would hold mystical duels in other dimensions, just as we're doing now. But not with cards. They battled with real monsters and real magic. Magical forces so powerful, the Egyptians lost control of them and nearly destroyed the entire world.
As Pegasus speaks, we see a mighty magician we will later recognize as the Magician of Black Chaos, sending a sparkling orb of electrical energy racing toward a crusty, sinister beast we will later know as Relinquished. It's a good story, Pegasus, but these monsters can't be real. Suddenly, a monster on Pegasus' side appears. This strange-looking creature is an ornate bottle with arms that play a long flute.
Tell that to my dragon piper, as his flute of resurrection frees your Komori dragon and puts him under my control.
I have to counterattack. Silver Fang! Yugi's monster is a huge, ferocious wolf. Komori Dragon sticks its head out of the TV screen and blasts it. Yugi covers his face, surrounded by fire. Ugh! The heat! Yugi's life points drop from 2,000 to 1,500.
Ha! As you see, Yugi, these monsters are very real. And also quite dangerous.
He notices that Yugi isn't laughing.
Ah, Yugi boy, you really are quite entertaining. The way you scowl and sneer. So defiant yet helpless, and so completely ignorant to the power of your Millennium Puzzle.
What?
5,000 years ago, a powerful pharaoh locked the magic of the Shadow Games away.
What's this have to do with me?
The pharaoh captured these vast magical energies in 7 mystical Millennium items.
Hold on. Hell's my place. Yugi's smiling, genuinely intrigued and amazed. 7 items? You're saying that my puzzle's one of them?
Yes, and there are mystical energies locked within it. Magic that could change your life forever if only you knew how to unleash it.
But why are you telling me this?
Why? Simply because I need you to know. But perhaps I've said too much, and since the clock is still ticking, I propose we resume playing our little duel.
Pegasus places a card face down. He currently has his Dragon Piper, Dragon Capture Guard, and a face-down trap or spell on the field. He's right. Time's running out, and I still haven't figured out whether he can really read my mind or if it's some kind of trick. Pegasus lifts the hair over the left side of his face, revealing the golden eye that sits in place of a real left eye. And it sees Zombie Warrior in Yugi's hand, even as Yugi does. We glimpse Yugi's hand. His cards are Beaver Warrior. Hey, Beaver Warrior. Horn Imp, Breath of Light, Zombie Warrior, and Magic Formula. I've got to try something. Maybe my Zombie Warrior? The moment Yugi reaches for it, Pegasus starts to chuckle. Wait a minute, he definitely knows what I'm about to do. But how? It's got to have something to do with that weird eye of his. He briefly recalls seeing Pegasus pull aside his hair. And that's it, isn't it? That weird eye must have somehow let him see the cards in my hand. So no matter which card I pick, he's already one step ahead of me. That gives me an idea.
Hurry up now, Yugi boy. Time is running out. For you and your friends.
Pegasus is expecting me to play one of the cards in my hand. But what if I play a card even I haven't seen yet? What happens if I draw a new card straight from the deck without even looking at it? Yugi draws a new card, holding it face down.
I already know you plan to play the zombie warrior, and I'm already prepared to counter it with a trap card that makes even zombies lie down and play dead.
Yugi grins bitterly. Not this time. I figured out your little game, Pegasus. You may be able to see the cards in my hand, but you can't see the cards I pull from my deck. He flips up the card he's been holding face down and places it on the field. My next card is the Dark Magician. Pegasus is not amused, and he shrugs it off with sarcasm.
Ooh, the big scary dark magician.
Mock me all you like, Pegasus, but my magician will destroy that dragon.
Go right ahead if you think it'll help.
It'll do more than help, Pegasus. It'll bring you closer to defeat and me closer to saving my friends.
If it can do all that, by all means play it.
Dark Magician. Yugi's new monster appears on the field. The Dark Magician is a sorcerer who wears purple armor and carries a staff with the same layered design. He points the staff at Komori Dragon. Dark Magic Attack. The Dark Magician extends a palm and power emanates from the motion, momentarily reversing the colors around him. Pegasus flinches away as Komori Dragon explodes.
Ah!
Pegasus's life points now stand at 1,200.
Ah ha 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 ha. Nicely played. But by using your Dark Magician, you've let me manipulate you once again. By playing that one card, you have ensured my victory.
No.
We shall see, Yugi.
Draw.
Oh, a very rare card. This is the fearsome Faceless Mage.
We know this card nowadays as Illusionist Faceless Mage. I've never seen that card before, but my Dark Magician is one of the strongest magic cards in the game.
But how will he fare once I combine my Faceless Mage with the equally rare Eye of Illusion?
Eye of Illusion is a magic card. Faceless Mage appears from the card, an unknown factor and dangerous. You can hear the panic in Yugi's voice. Dark Magician! Dark Magic Attack! Dark Magician attacks. Faceless Mage casts a spell of its own and a golden eye shape appears in the air before it. The result is an explosion of light. When Yugi can see again, the field is the same. Dark Magician! My attack had no effect at all. His Faceless Mage should have been destroyed, but it's still standing and I'm running out of time. Yugi's life points stand at 1,500. Pegasus is at 1,200. I'm up by 300 life points, but only because Pegasus is toying with me. I've got to find a way to beat him at his own shadow game. He grits his teeth, determined to see this through. All right, that's the end of Act 3. Commercial break, and also water break.
The voice actors are on strike. Oh man.
I don't even have
all
anything
right.
to strike from. I'm done for this episode.
Can you go get us some water then?
Yeah, but if there are any questions in chat or anything, or donations, or just any questions from the
There's a couple
on-site
water.
crew as well, you know, like, I will just keep playing the game, but I'm down to talk about what's going on.
I'm just getting comfy on the couch. It's fine.
I actually I want to read a commercial, but then I want to ask you about the game. So
Yeah,
I know
totally.
that we have awesome. I know we do have some Earthbound fans in the audience right now. If that's you, then we have a total of 8 incentives, including your character name, your dog's name, your favorite food, Jeff's nickname. So go vote on those incentives if you want to get your way. Yeah, I do have a question about this game. I didn't realize that there was a Yu-Gi-Oh! Game of this. It kind of looks like Tactics to me. What is this game and how did you get into it?
So this is a spin-off of the, traditional Yu-Gi-Oh game that was put out back in oh god, there was a filler episode at the end of season 1 of Yu-Gi-Oh revolving around this game in particular. And I was into Yu-Gi-Oh back in the day, and so I knew this game existed. And then one day I was at, oh god, what marathon was I at? At one of the small in-person speedrunning marathons. And for whatever reason, I remembered that this game existed and decided to look up the route for it. Turns out the route was described faster than it took me to finish a single duel. So I did a quick run through of my first time doing the speedrun version of this, and I really enjoy games that involve too much RNG. It's a personal failing. And so I decided to just keep running it at that point.
I don't know what you mean, Leggy. None of the games that you run have terrible RNG, just like none of the games that I run have terrible RNG.
I play Mystic Quest.
I play Final Fantasy 3. It's okay.
Yeah, but at least your RNG is over after like 5 minutes.
Still.
Somebody has to sacrifice themselves to RNG.
Yep. We're just doing, we're taking one for the team. We're taking a lot of ones for the team.
We're taking too many ones for the team.
Before we resume, I actually had a quick request for Leggy. Can I get your best Yuki boy?
Yugi boy.
Yuki boy. Okay, sorry. I just really wanted to hear that. Okay, we're almost off of commercial break because the water is about to be here. I'm gonna sit back up. Woo! This is fun. Thanks.
So
you,
this-
Dijon.
Double.
Go ahead.
So it's a Game Boy Advance game. Is that what it is?
Yes.
And you don't run it through an emulator, like you're using the actual hardware.
I mean, I own an actual copy.
Yep. All right. Let's see. Where are we at? Where did I stop us? Act 4? Yes, I did. Okay, cool. Again, we now return to the regularly scheduled programming. Pegasus knows all kinds of tricks, but I gotta find a way to defeat him. I just have to trust in my grandpa's cards. Yuki draws, looks, and summons his new monster. I attack your combo with the Celtic Guardian. This mighty warrior will cut your faceless mage down to size. Celtic Guardian is a pointy-eared armored warrior who wields a sword. It's Link.
True, your guardian is mighty, but you have once again underestimated the incredible power of my Eye of Illusion. Haha.
No!
Dark magic attack!
Yuki's left with 400 light points. But that's impossible. The faceless mage doesn't have a dark magic attack. Oh no. Suddenly he realizes that the dark magician on his field is in a trance, a golden eye glowing on his chest. It was my own dark magician that attacked me. Pegasus is controlling him with the Eye of Illusion. But if he's using its magic to control my magician, what's protecting his mage? Pegasus places a face down.
Well, Yuki, our time together is nearly up. As I have more life points than you, it appears I am the victor.
He claps his hands as though to applaud himself. The timer ticks down. 10, 9. Time's not up just yet, Pegasus, and you've left your faceless mage vulnerable to a physical assault. Yuki holds up another monster, the summoned skull. Pegasus isn't smiling anymore, and for the first time looks frustrated. Yuki literally throws the card on the table. As the timer ticks down. 3, 2. Summon skull, attack! Summon skull lunges for faceless mage as the clock ticks down to 0. Both monsters vanish before they can battle. The duel is over. Pegasus has 1,200 life points. Yuki has 400. Ugh. Yuki waits for the hammer to fall. He lost a duel that was to save himself and his friends.
Well, we've run out of time, but how close was that? If you'd been able to complete that attack, I would have lost. But I didn't, did I? I have taken the measure of your talents this day, Yugi Moto. And when we duel next, we shall play for far higher stakes.
I'm done with your games. Pegasus wags his finger.
Tush, tush, tush. You presume I'm giving you a choice in this matter.
He pulls aside his hair, revealing the golden eye. Thank you, Freys.
But I'm not. For I, too, possess one of those 7 Millennium items. The all-powerful Millennium Eye.
A Millennium Eye?
That's right, Yugi boy. And now I'll show you the true extent of its magic.
With that, the Millennium Eye shines gold. Yugi braces himself for the worst, but the eye isn't targeting him. The beam of light hits his grandpa, frozen in time behind him. A ghost of grandpa drifts out of the frozen figure and vanishes into the television screen.
You see, I have found that given the proper incentive, anyone can be made to play my game.
That's how it works for GDQs, by the way. Proper incentive, you can make anybody play a game as long as it's on the incentive list.
Or read an entire script.
Yeah. When Yugi looks again, realizing nothing just happened to him, Grandpa's face appears on the screen, calling out to him for help through the static. Hey, you have another line. Yugi! Hold on. What was? How did it go in the episode? It was like he was like fading back and forth. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
Grandpa's face disappears from the screen, and instead we hear Pegasus's voice one last time as the shadows disappear. Joey, Taya, and Tristan wake up, and behind them, Grandpa keels over, unconscious. Yugi doesn't notice them, frantically shaking the TV set in growing panic. Grandpa? Grandpa!
Yes, we will duel again.
Still you. Still you.
Yugi, how else will you ever reclaim your grandfather's soul? Ha 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 ha.
Grandpa! End episode. And at this point is...
Ooh, good job, everyone.
Thank you. We need to find another one.
So, while we're doing that, I have a fun anecdote.
Oh, yeah, go for it. I'm
about
going to pull up
this
an episode.
Show. So, my spouse did not grow up watching Yu-Gi-Oh! Like I did. So, when it went up on Netflix a few years ago, I started watching it and made them watch some episodes with me. And they were just like, Grandpa trapped in a VHS tape is a mood.
All right. So the good news here, Dijon, is that any episode that I pick is not going to have Grandpa in it. So your voice will be saved.
But from here on out, don't most of them have Weevil in them?
You're probably right. I think you're right.
Not necessarily.
Well, okay, so
He only shows up in a handful of episodes in the Duelist King.
So what you're saying is I shouldn't pick either of the Weevil episodes into the Hornet's Nest or the Legendary Great Moth because you would like to save your voice.
Probably not, but
Because we can do Journey to the Duelist Kingdom, but that's just boring. That's just them on the way to the Duelist Kingdom.
Okay, chat. Who's your favorite duelist in the Duelist Kingdom?
I can't
Because
see chat,
personally,
so.
I would love to hear someone do Meiko Tsunami's voice.
Oh, if someone can give me the episode title, I will absolutely do Meiko Tsunami's voice, and I will give up Yugi for that.
Or Bandit Keith. Like, either or would be my vote.
Well, Keith's machinations aren't transcripted, so
That's unfortunate.
I'm trying to figure out what episode. Can someone give me the episode title of, like, I can't see chat. I want to know what episode is Meiko Tsunami's episode.
Yeah.
That's Red Eyes. That's Rex's episode. Okay.
If only because I want to see the whole thing about destroying the moon.
Oh my gosh.
uh,
That one has Mokuba in it. That sounds awful. Attack from the Deep. This is Meiko Tsunami, isn't it?
That sounds right.
That's Meiko Tsunami. Okay, found it.
Woo!
Okay, so we need to figure out. Okay, so there's a lot of Taya and Tristan again. You're still getting Joey. There's a lot of Meiko and Joey there. How much Meiko and Yuki is there? Sorry, chat. This is storyboarding basically. If there's any commercial breaks that need to happen, that now is the time to do it.
All right, yes, we actually have the next incentive is Enter the Dragonfly. This is for the Spyro Reignited Trilogy. Okay, let's see. If met, Bucci will perform an any % run of Enter the Dragonfly after the Spyro 1 run. So we have currently it is $615 toward a $2,000 total goal there. So if you would like to see that, Bucci is an amazing runner. I would suggest you get over and support that incentive. All right, that is
That's to the silly little explosion animation that plays when I get hit by the explosive box there.
Yeah.
How do I?
Do you want to do Meiko in place of Grandpa since there's no Grandpa anymore?
sure.
So you can have Meiko and Joey. Okay, you'll still be Tristan and Taya,
Okay.
and then I'll just be Yuki.
Which episode are we doing?
So it's called Attack from the Deep. I will send you the actual link because I just sent
Got
you.
it.
So, did you get it already? Yeah. So it's Attack from the Deep.
Let's do that.
Episode originally.
I just
aired
noticed that they
November 10th.
updated your thing to say Dr. Leggy Starscream. That is absolutely accurate.
That is amazing.
Good job, tech team.
Yeah, if we need to stall for time, I can go deep into a academic explanation of RNG.
I mean, we have
So,
it up
you know.
here, so it's up to you. You're the runner.
I mean,
Theoretically, we could do both. There's still
Yeah, there's still plenty of time.
an hour left on estimate.
yeah.
So I'm gonna sip my water. You decide.
So, okay. While our lovely voice acting team, do what we all should and stay hydrated. It's time for Science Corner with Leggy.
My favorite corner.
So, RNG. We all know it. We all hate it. We all curse it when it doesn't go our way. But how does it actually work? And the short answer is thus. In any game that features RNG, there is what is known as the seed or the state of the RNG, which is just a value in the game. It's a number that says, okay, this is what the RNG is currently at. If a game wants to do something randomly, it looks at that number and says, is it above a certain value? Is it below a certain value? Is it in between two values? And uses that to decide what to do. But how it becomes this sort of randomness is a bit deeper. There are a number of functions that you can call that are known in computer science broadly to produce not exactly non-deterministic results, but hard to predict results without already knowing the underlying state of what's going on. Because you can never actually get true randomness without some kind of exterior source to do all sorts of weird measurements or calculations to. So what games do is what's called pseudo random number generation, where it's looks pretty random to the outside viewer, but it's actually always going to be based on what the previous value is. This is why in games that have things like RNG manipulation, you can actually get them to work, because the game is always going to roll out the same set of results from the same starting state each time. So you can basically say, okay, if I do this at this time, then this will happen at this time, and plan out all of your randomness that way. And unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on your point of view, a lot of games feature randomness when you do something that takes a random action, but also update the state of the RNG every single frame of the game. So the Game Boy games run at about 60 frames a second. So 60 times every second, we are changing the state of the RNG in unpredictable ways. And this is where you get things like tool-assisted only luck for various games and runs, where it is manipulating the randomness on levels that would be incredibly difficult, if not impossible, for an actual human. Any questions?
I don't have a question, but I have a comment.
Yeah.
Nerd.
Wow.
Says the person who just read an entire Yu-Gi-Oh script.
I did not read it. I read at most 50% of that script.
You were going for 75 at
I
first.
was at first. You're not wrong. But also, my girlfriend is such a nerd. Wow.
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 Wait, I have a question.
Yeah.
So RNG in your game that you're playing right now specifically,
Yes.
like, is it each time that those dice roll, or when is?
It is every single frame in this game. So if I want to maintain consistent results, not only do I have to play exactly the same each time, and press all of my buttons on the same frame each time, I actually have to do that starting from the name input screen, because of the way that this game is programmed and designed.
So your plan?
So for
So your plan is to steal Taskbot's soul?
yes.
Oh no!
But
Nobody
that's
tell
not going to
Dwango.
happen any day soon. I have not found any Millennium Eyes yet.
Okay, that's good. So speaking of Millennium Eyes, we should probably get back to it and get everything pulled back up.
Indeed.
Let's get the actors their scripts.
I have.
So it's worth noting that while you're doing that, the Ryukishin is a monster that has two sides that have attack crests. So when I'm farming for attack, that's the dice I want to roll. The Penguin Soldier has two movement, and then my standard Beaver Warrior has one movement and one attack. So depending on which set of crests I need to go for, you can see me using the pick the dice that will give me the best odds at rolling Thing X, which is actually a really useful feature that this game has that frankly makes it playable.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, we ready?
Yeah.
All right. I love the starting scene direction saves me here because I don't have to do that opening again because it says no previously or trailer.
Though I will request that you all try to sing the Yu-Gi-Oh! Opening theme song.
Isn't that the only word in that is just Yu-Gi-Oh?
There's also your
No.
move.
Oh, there's also it's time to duel.
It's time
There
to
are many words for
duel.
I don't remember what order they come in is the problem. I know Yu-Gi-Oh's the last bit. But you already got one.
Freestyle.
You already got one Yu-Gi-Oh out of me this stream. What do you want from me?
Ya move.
I can hear it in my head. I don't know the timing though.
That's okay. Make it up.
All right. Well, Dijon's got the duel part. Go for it.
I did.
Do it again.
It's time to duel.
Very good, actually.
God, that song is so iconic.
It really is.
You're iconic.
Wow.
I'm gonna phone this one in with Yu-Gi-Oh. Oh. You got the good one earlier. If there's one in this episode, you'll get it then.
Fine.
All right. So, episode Attack from the Deep, Act 1. Open on an aerial shot of the island of Duelist Kingdom. A spine of barren mountains runs along the center of the island, poking up from the lush forest below. If we're facing north, the dock and castle are on the eastern side of the island, the former built onto the side of a mountain. Down on the ground, Joey is gloating over the 2 star chips in his duel gauntlet. His friends are watching from further down the path.
Woo-wee, ha-ha, 2 stars. This is so awesome. I can't believe it happened. Am I cool or what? Hey.
Is there a time limit on how long he gets to crow? Cut him some slack, Taya. Did you ever think Joey would actually beat Maya in a duel?
They watch Joey polish the star chips with his sleeve, with childlike glee at his first Major League Duel victory.
I mean, Joey, who would have thought?
I knew he'd do it. I'm really proud of you, Joey.
Yeah.
His stomach rumbles.
All that dueling made me hungry. Did any of you guys remember to bring any food with you?
Sorry, Joe.
Oh, what were we thinking coming here with no food? How are we ever gonna get through the rest of the competition without anything to eat?
That's a good question, Joey. This dueling really takes it out of you, and I haven't seen any burger stands or restaurants since we got here.
Well, we better do something fast. I've got to have my 5 basic food groups, or else it's metabolic meltdown. Hey, chill out, you guys. I got it covered. Yeah?
Yeah? That was actually good. That was all three of us for
No,
once.
no, right.
Tristan,
Check it out.
Tristan holds up a book.
The Great Outdoor Survival Guide.
They are less than enthusiastic. Ugh.
Can we eat it?
Better than that. It lists all the plants, berries, and grasses we can eat.
Ew.
Do I look like a squirrel, you big doofus? I don't need your dumb book anyhow.
you do, Joey.
I smell something cooking that way. Ha! See ya.
He points down the path, then dashes off in that direction, leaving the other three standing there dumbfounded. Through the trees in that direction, he can be seen the sparkling ocean.
He's hallucinating. Don't be so sure. You know, it wasn't his brain that beat it was his nose.
That's a reference to an episode we didn't read.
Yep, that was. Yep. The waves crash against the rocky cliffs of Duelist Kingdom. Below a campfire with 3 skewered fish roasting over it, Yugi, Joey, Tristan, and Taya are hiding behind the rocks within view of it.
Oh man, I just love barbecued fish.
Smells good.
Oh yeah, and I bet it tastes even better.
Joey jumps up and runs toward the campfire. The other 3 gasp at his audacity.
What makes you think those fish are yours to eat?
Hey, trust me. We eat first and ask questions later. Your stomachs will thank me.
He hurries off towards the fish.
Joey! Ugh, he'd say anything to fill his belly.
Tristan folds his arms.
Some people have absolutely no self-control.
Huh? And Tristan demonstrates who those people might be as he vaults over the rocks and runs after.
Joey, save some for me.
Tay lets out a gusty sigh. These are her goofy friends.
Ugh.
Joey. Mwah, 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 mwah. Joey and Tristan are seated at the fire, getting ready to chow down on 1 skewer each.
Oh man, this looks awesome.
Ow! Ow, ow, hot.
A tanned, muscled, bare-chested man wearing cut-off jeans, a diving mask on his head, and a dual glove, carrying a harpoon and soaking wet, climbs over the edge of the top of the cliff, just in time to see Joey and Tristan about to start munching, while Yugi and Taya watch dubiously from the other side of the fire. It is not Jason Momoa.
Ready?
Oh.
Feeding frenzy!
Enjoy. Oh, that's you.
That's me.
Yeah.
Enjoy yourselves, you fish thieves. This is your last meal.
All right, that's the end of Act 1. Any commercial breaks or anything you want to say, Leggy, so we can prepare for this?
This particular duel is going better than I had feared, and also I'm over halfway through.
Woo!
Oh.
We're not going to get muted by singing a song that's copyrighted.
That's why I just sang the first note.
All right.
Meanwhile, we read entire copyrighted scripts of Yu-Gi-Oh!
Details. It's fine. Act 2. The 4 have noticed
I
this.
swear, Konami, it's fair use.
Yeah, it's fair use. The 4 have noticed the stranger standing at the edge of the cliff.
How dare you eat my fish, you thieving poachers? Has no one taught you manners?
This is a very interesting voice for a like essentially a surfer boy.
I don't remember this episode,
Oh.
so I don't remember what his voice sounds like.
Honestly, if you just go all in on the California surfer dude.
Yeah. That's what I was expecting.
You don't want to tell me to go all in on anything.
Go. Too late. She already said it. A wave crests in the land and lands right on top of him. When it's gone, he's disappeared. Yugi and the gang are watching all of this, a bit nonplussed.
So, can we eat now?
The disgruntled fisherman climbs back up the cliff, even more disgruntled now that his big entrance has been ruined.
All right, let's try that one more time.
There we go. That's what we wanted.
I knew this was a bad idea.
How I forgot what I was doing with my voice now.
The plight of a voice actor with multiple voices in a single episode.
How dare you steal my fish, you bottom-feeding thieves! Hey, chill out, guy. It's just... Oh, my God, y'all did this to me again. It's just a few fish. A few fish that do not belong to you, and to steal a fisherman's catch is to prove you have no honor.
So I did my best to skim through the episode and try not to do this, but Mako has lines with everybody else, and so one of us was going to have to do this. What did you just say? Oh, no honor. Yuki notices the dual glove as the fisherman shakes his fist at Joey. A dueling glove? Wait a second. Aren't you Mako Tsunami, the top-rank ocean duelist? Mako is startled out of his rage by Yuki's respectful question.
And who might you be?
This just sounds like a slightly more Western version of Joey, by the way.
I mean,
Like,
Joey is
go all
from
in.
Brooklyn.
Mako
Mako
is from Brooklyn Jr. It's fine.
California,
I mean,
Brooklyn,
like, if
aka.
you want a different voice, can you do like a Keanu Reeves impression?
Oh, can you do a Keanu Reeves impression? I could do it.
Okay, let me. And who might you be?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, you're that freaky fish guy. I am not freaky fish guy. I am Mako Tsunami, duelist extraordinaire of the seven seas.
And also the one destined to save the Matrix. Taya notices something and starts giggling. Mako is again surprised and annoyed to have this big dramatic moment ruined.
What are you laughing about?
Why is this Keanu Reeves mixed with Christopher Walken?
Your
What
head.
are you laughing about?
Your head. You've got company.
She points at an adorable little pink octopus crawling over Mako's diving goggles.
Huh. Ha ha ha! Off with you.
He flings the octopus back over the cliff. Joey and Kristen cry out.
No, don't.
Joey and Tristan look sadly over the edge of the cliff.
Oh, I wanted to eat that.
You're demented.
Mako turns back to Yugi.
Huh. Are you telling me that those two are here as duelists?
I'm Yugi Moto. I'm not going to answer your question. Sorry about your fish.
You're Yukimoto? The only duelist to ever defeat Seto Kaiba? Haha! What a fine surprise. It will be my very great honor to face you in a duel.
Same here, Mako.
I must apologize. I've been ungracious. If you are friends of Yukimoto, please, come sit down, eat your fill.
Thanks.
Thanks! You are welcome.
They dash over in the blink of an eye.
Feeding frenzy.
They start munching on the fish skewers. Tristan is crying with joy.
Oh man, Freaky Fish Guys really knows how to cook.
Mako himself is chomping into a skewer just as voraciously.
Really good, huh?
Later, everyone has eaten.
Wait.
Don't actually burp into the mic, please. Ah, dang it.
Wow, that was good.
I tried to stop it.
Where'd you learn to cook like that?
You're allowed to just say belch.
Wait, you're right, it is. Sorry, go for it.
I've had to fend for myself since I was a tadpole, but it was my father who taught me how to fish and cook.
So,
He's a freaky fish guy. He's a freaky frog guy.
Freaky frog facts.
freaky frog facts. So, what brings you here to the competition?
I was raised on a fishing boat where I learned to love the sea. So if I win here, I would love a vessel of my own. Of course, I'll have to beat a few duelists first.
Your own boat? How great would that be? Living life out on the big blue sea.
Yes, the ocean is amazing. And we have shared a special bond since I was born. I can tell when the sea is happy by the way it sparkles, and when it is angry, by the shifting tides.
He scratches the back of his head, a bit sheepish at his passionate speech.
Excuse me, I didn't mean to be so serious.
Oh no, don't apologize.
You saved our hides. We'd be starving without you. This has been really great, thanks again. Leaving so soon, are you?
Yugi and his friends are standing up, getting ready to leave.
Nice meeting you, Mako.
Maybe we'll meet up in the competition. Mako's harpoon glints on the ground where he left it. He picks it up.
We certainly will. Sooner than you think, my friend.
Huh? Mako throws his harpoon and it lands at Yugi's feet, point embedded into the rock. Yugi is terrified at the close miss. Gah!
I treated you to dinner. Perhaps you will honor me with a duel. He's nuts. No, but I am an expert fisherman, and you have taken my bait Ah ha 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 ha.
What bait?
Why, the fish, of course. I laid it out and lured you three right in, but I never expected to catch Yukimoto. Forget this crazy chicken of the sea, Yugi.
Can't we just give the guy back a few fish?
Mako looks at his dual glove. It has 3 star chips in it.
I reeled in another duelist a short time ago, but he was not a worthy opponent. But a duel against you, Yugi, would be a true test.
The Millennium Puzzle begins to glow and shakes and sways on its own, whether loud or in his head. We'll never know. Yugi cries out, Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh, oh, oh. As the word is spoken, the voice speaking it grows deeper. From a gray void appears swirling lines, strange symbols, rushing wind, and a column of blue-white light in which there appears a figure. He's like Yugi, but isn't. Mako Tsunami, I accept your challenge. The waves crash and foam against the end of the cliff. From the sea rises yet another holographic arena with the number 16 on the side.
Behold, Yugimoto. We shall battle beside the majestic sea.
Joey, Tristan, and Taya look nervous. Yugi himself seems to be weighing the situation. The deal podia fold out of the arena and lock into place, and the holographic towers light up. Yugi takes the blue podium across from Mako atop the red one. I didn't realize the plural of podium was podia. I don't think that's accurate. But anyway.
Da, 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 da.
It's your turn.
The playing field is equally split into 2 halves. One half is land, the other is sea.
And the stakes, Mako?
I wager 2 star chips on this match.
2 stars. Each takes 2 stars from his glove and places them on the table. Mako watches Yugi with a savage grin on his face, his fierce gray eyes lit with excitement.
Finally, an adversary of real merit. How I have waited for this day. Now, let the battle begin.
Duel! Both duelists start with 2,000 life points.
This should be some match.
Sink that soggy sucker, Yugi.
That's alliteration, Joey.
I'm curious to see how you will combat my mighty denizens of the deep.
He places a card on the table in attack mode, and something appears under the water. There's a glowing patch on the ocean side of the field, coming from something lurking below. What's this? His creature is underwater. How do I choose which card to play when I can't even see what I'm fighting?
This I don't like. The ocean conceals many things beneath its shifting surface.
Below the water, the tentacled beast is eyeing Yugi through the water, ready to pounce. Through the water. Water. Ah!
Water.
As long as that thing stays submerged, I can't attack.
I promise he won't stay submerged for very long.
I have no idea what that thing is down there, so I better prepare for the worst with as strong a defense as possible.
Clearly, this is Yugi's first encounter with sea-based duel monsters. He will learn firsthand what a powerful ally the sea can be. It gives my creatures a field power bonus, and it conceals them, making their stealthy attacks even more lethal. Something's fishy. How can he fight what he can't see?
Beats me. This is totally bogus.
Ha 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 ha. It seems that my ocean-based strategy has taken you by surprise, Yugi.
Maybe so, but I can still raise a strong defense. I call upon the Horn Imp.
Now, Fiend Kraken, ensnare him.
My imp! That's words I never thought I would say today. Fiend Kraken is a giant squid, the monster that was hidden underwater. Its tentacles reach out from the surface of the water, 10 with bright red suckers, and wrap around Horn Imp, picking it up. Attack!
What is that?
The great sea monster has 1 tentacle wrapped around each of the Horn Imp's limbs, and a few around its middle, holding it high in the air, helpless.
Whatever it is, it's bad news for Yugi.
End of Act 2. Take a brief breather for us here. Do we have any commercial breaks?
We definitely have a commercial break. Okay, so we have like 3 different style options of the Frost Fatale shirt at theyeti.com. We have a unisex shirt, we have a women's shirt, and we have a flowy long sleeve shirt. If you haven't looked at the flowy long sleeve, it is absolutely beautiful.
So
Go check-
it looks so great. I want 2.
I'm totally getting it.
So yeah, that's what RNG can do.
Oh no.
Well,
Womp, 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 womp.
And that's why the estimate is as high as it is. Now I have to redo this entire tournament. I was on the last fight.
Oof.
ooh.
It's punishing. I forgot about that. How much time does that lose you, like, technically?
Like 15 minutes.
Oof. Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds about right.
Like, good time is sub 2.
Well, you're at 114, so keep it up.
Yeah.
You got this. We're going to go back to reading. That was the end of Act 2, wasn't it? Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Act 3. The great sea monster, Fiend Kraken, has one tentacle wrapped around each of Hornim's limbs and a few around its middle, holding it high in the air, helpless.
Oh man, Yugi's imp is done for. Fiend Kraken, end this now.
Kraken squeezes and Hornet breaks up into shards, defeated. The tentacles wave triumphantly.
Well done, Kraken.
Sorry, that little skit lost me my place. I didn't think this through. That guy's on it. The look on Yugi's face suggested that he doesn't agree. This is not good. Ugh.
Wow. And that was just his opening move.
The tentacles sink back under the waves. Ugh. You're good, Mako. A brilliant opening play.
I am pleased you appreciate it. Though I very much doubt your imp did.
Yugi's life points fall to 1740. This means that the Kraken's field-powered attack points are 1560.
That is math.
That is indeed math. Thank you. Well, now I know what I'm up against.
Yes, the mighty ocean commands respect, as do the creatures that inhabit it.
Maybe I can prepare an attack that will destroy his creatures, even though I can't see them. Feral Imp! My feral imp should dispense with Mako's monsters, no matter how deep they're hidden in the sea.
I am familiar with your feral monster and its electrical attack. Until it gets ground down by a Marowak.
That's the wrong series, dear.
But it's still for kids.
You're not wrong. Oh, gosh.
So for my next card, I play my giant jellyfish.
I'm trying to think of a way of shooing in a gum fruit here because that was initially for kids as well, but I'm not going to. The monster is set face down in defense position.
Ha 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 ha. Behold.
Ha 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 ha. He took a bite of gum. There we go. Got it. I told you I'd do it. From the depths, there can be heard a strange squealing cry. Ah, I don't like the sound of that.
Ha 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 ha. That is the battle cry of my creature.
It'll be crying, all right, once I combine my feral imp with the magical horn of the unicorn. Yugi's little green feral imp starts sparkling all over with electricity and roars, becoming even more feral and nasty than before. It is now 2,000 attack points strong.
Even more feral.
Yeah, get more feral. All right, it's feral squared. It's fine. That's math too.
All right.
What?
Yugi can't see Mako's monsters, but he knows they're all underwater, and water conducts electricity.
Oh. So they're vulnerable to the feral imp's electrical attack. Whoa, that is so smart.
Magic lightning attack! Feral imp shoots a bolt of lightning at the water. A spinning column of water emerges from the surface where it hits the water. Water. Water.
It's a fish fry.
Mako grins. He knows something they don't. How to pronounce his name. But wait! What is this? Nothing's happening, Mako. Still has all his life points.
Ha ha ha. Your strategy has failed, Yugi.
The giant jellyfish Mako played earlier rises and hovers above the water. How?
As a sea duelist, I am well aware that water conducts electricity. So I played my giant jellyfish. It has the magical ability to absorb all electrical attacks, protecting all of my 1,200
That's the timestamp.
ocean creatures.
Urgh.
How that is not a mechanic that actually exists in the card game.
There is so much from this first season of Yu-Gi-Oh! That does not exist in the card game. They get so much of it wrong. 2,000 life points, no sacrificing. What is going on?
I mean, wasn't this before there was an actual card game?
I think you're right. This was before the actual card game.
Yeah, the 2,000 life points I can justify based off pacing. but I just love how they give all those random side affected abilities that are like make the game infinitely more complicated than the card game was originally. Probably about as complicated as the card game is these days.
Yeah, that's very true.
Plot convenience.
It's also just like, it just reminds me of Pikachu beating Onix because it has water all over it. It doesn't work like that. Anyway. So, yeah, 12-minute ocean creatures. The Arg! Jellyfish sinks back underwater again.
And now it's time for my counterattack. Fiend Kraken, crush his feral imp.
Several tentacles shoot from the waves and lift feral imp into the air, squeezing.
Crush him now.
Feral imp shatters into shards of green, another monster down. Yugi seems to be trying to keep it together as the tentacles once more sink beneath the waves.
Ha 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 ha. Did you enjoy my Kraken's embrace? Ha 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 ha.
Yugi's life points now stand at 1480. I've never dueled against creatures like these before. It feels as if I'm battling Mako's sea monsters and the awesome power of the ocean itself.
Do any of your cards have the power to stand against my ocean pets?
I have the power of Silver Fang. That power being 1200, 800. That's not a very good card, Yami. And I combine him with the magic of the full moon to double his ferocity. Full moon is a magic card, standardly known as Mystical Moon. The full moon appears above Yugi's field, and the Silver Fang, a fearsome wolf, howls to it.
Ha 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 ha. Ferocious indeed. I feel like every time it has the laughing, it just gets longer and longer.
It does.
On the,
It really does on the stage.
that's not me milking it. That's like how long it's written out. Ferocious indeed. But the moon also controls the tides, causing them to rise, allowing me to unleash my next creature. Arise, mighty Karyushin. It's the pronunciation.
Pronounced
under it.
here, Karyoshin.
Karyushin.
Also, imagine the complexity of this card game had this actually been a mechanic. What is happening here? What's this? Karyushin. Karyoshin, I don't care. Is a gigantic sea serpent. It appears amid the waves, creating new ones with its presence, and roars.
Whoa, that is one big fish.
Thank you, Joey.
Directed by Tim Burton.
Wonder if he's gonna try and eat that one too.
There's always a bigger fish. Behold, oh, that's you. It's still you.
Behold, the colossal Karyushin, a creature so enormous that when he rises up from the ocean depths, he creates his own tidal wave.
What a beast!
Your wolf is brave, Yugi, but he will not stand before my Karyushin's tidal attack.
Tableau. Karyushin's waves are a force of nature, not merely an attack. And Silver Fang howls as he bowled over. Why was there tableau in there? Anyway. No! Silver Fang! The waves crash against Yugi's dueling podium, showering him with sea foam. It's far too late. In Mako's usually cheerful face can be seen a glimmer of the ocean's unsparing cruelty, the subtle, menacing threat of a watery grave. This sentence was far too poetic for an episode of Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah, whoever did these transcripts got real, poetic with it. Tableau.
Yeah, right?
Gone. But my Karyushin's tidal attack did more than simply wash your wolf cub away.
What?
It considerably altered our playing field.
Ah! My land! You destroyed all of my mountains and plains and forests. All I have left is islands. Sorry. All that's left on the land
Wrong
side.
card game.
Yeah, wrong card game. All that's left of
Role players.
all that's left of the landslide of the field is a little island in one of the monster card zones surrounded by ocean. I was not wrong. Karyushin's attack has nearly Karyushin's attack has nearly washed away my entire land-based playing field. Yugi pronounces it Karyushin. Okay, thank you. I don't know how to what
All right. Cool. Fun.
is happening anymore. Go,
Oh, no.
Dijon, it's your turn.
It's 2 in the morning. That is what's happening.
Yep.
It's your move, Dijon.
It's your line, Dijon. It's time to read.
You should consider yourself lucky, Yugi. In my previous duels, when Karyushin attacks, absolutely nothing is left standing in its wake. I think it was quite considerate of my pet to leave you a little patch of dirt to stand on. Don't you?
Yugi isn't much consoled.
Or does it make you uneasy to be surrounded on all sides by the sea?
Mako is deadly serious next time.
Next time, I'll be deadly serious next time. All men give pause before the savage power of the mighty ocean, even the greatest of fishermen.
Yugi is startled, realizing Mako is speaking personally. You mean your father? Oh, sorry, that is me. Whoops. Mako leans on the duel console, putting down his hand of cards for a moment.
My father was a great fisherman. He taught me my love of the sea. But one day, the sea took him.
Flashback, flashback, flashback. Seagulls waft peacefully on the ocean breeze.
I loved going out on the boat with my father. Just the two of us. And the big, beautiful ocean. Never suspecting that the sea would turn on us.
I'm very ashamed that you didn't go. We can make it if we try.
I mean, it was him and his father.
Okay, that's fair. In this flashback, Mako looks no older than 13, probably younger. We recognize him immediately, for his hair is much the same as it is now. On a small white fishing boat in the middle of the ocean, no land or other boats in sight, Mako and his dad pull a rope, and whatever's on the other end, probably a net or the boat's anchor, aboard. Oh, we need a dad. Freyas?
Look, Mako, there's a storm blowing in.
A big one?
Maybe. I've learned to never take chances with the sea.
Oh,
I love how it went from being probably about 13 with that voice to maybe at most like 17 with the Keanu Reeves voice. Puberty did a number on this boy. Mako wasn't really gripping the rope anymore. His eyes riveted on the tower of dark clouds that quickly left the horizon, overtook them, and turned their sparkling paradise into a stormy seascape of choppy waves.
And father was right. Suddenly, the calm, friendly sea turned into a raging maelstrom. It pitched our boat as if it were a toy.
Father, I can't hold on.
Approaching fast was a huge tidal wave. Mako's dad tied him to the mast of the ship.
It's okay, Mako. There, I've tied you down. You'll be safe here, son. I promise.
Dad, look out!
Tableau. The huge tidal wave towered over the tiny boat.
Whoa!
And flashback, 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 flashback. Mako is solemn, anguished as he sees the disaster unfold anew.
When the storm finally died out, our little boat had washed ashore.
Yugi listens quietly, equally grave. The spectators are silent, worried.
My father did not keep the boat above 55 miles per hour. My father was right. I had been perfectly safe. But because he had stopped to tie me down, he had no time to secure himself to the mast. I thought I had lost him forever, but then I noticed that our lifeboat was missing.
He clenches his fist and declares fiercely,
I know my father is alive, so I will win this contest, buy a ship, and search the 7 seas until I find him. That is why I duel Yugi. That is why I must win, and you must lose.
I understand, Mako. Believe me, but I still can't let you win. Mako smiles a bit at that, then grins outright, delighted at the challenge.
Ha!
Oh, wow.
Mako duels for his dad like Yugi duels for his grandpa.
Whoa, this is too intense.
With so little land left, I've really got to make this next play count. I need something that will help me turn the tide. Something like this card. Giant Soldier of Stone. You may have shrunk my battlefield down to an island, Mako, but my stone soldier still gets a field power bonus. Pretty good stats.
Your massive monster can barely fit on that little rock, let alone do battle with my undersea attack force. And he is surrounded on all sides by the ocean, making him easy prey for Great White Terror. the savage shark will lead my other sea creatures in an all-out ocean onslaught.
Man, Yugi's guy is outnumbered 3-1.
Dark shapes in the water with glowing eyes surround Yugi's tiny island as Joey speaks.
His stone soldier's about to become fish food. That's the end of Act 3.
That's the end of Act 3. Whew. How are we doing, Leggy dear?
Well,
Leggy dear.
I've caught back up to where I was when I wiped.
Okay, that was about 15 minutes. You're not wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's the commercial break going?
The commercials are awesome. Linksara donates $25 and says, "It's time to do."
It's time to donate.
Nice.
You're welcome. Okay. I still need a breather, so Leggy, if you want to talk about something, please do.
This run, like I said, up until I had that bad wipe, I was actually fairly decently on PB pace. Then I recognized it, thought about it, and the RNG decided to bite me.
Yeah, you never think about a no-hitter.
Yeah.
That's a sports
Yeah.
reference, right?
Yes.
Sports
Okay.
go sports.
Hit the ball, yeah?
Our team is number 1.
Again, we're not going to get ourselves in trouble here.
Yeah, no, that's about all we can do from that reference.
Yep.
Yeah. But it is a really fun game if you can deal with the fact that RNG will just, take a good run and decide, how about no? I'd say every now and again, but no, it's really more like most of the time. But really, the big benefit of this run is just how simple it is to pick up and learn.
Mhm.
Like, you can pick up the strategies you need to play this game in like 15 minutes, because it is literally just take your monsters, rush them across the field, and try to defeat the enemy duel master as fast as you can. And when RNG is playing nice, it's actually really straightforward. It's just, most of the skill in this game comes from recovering from bad luck putting you in weird places, which is a skill that is way more valuable in a marathon setting for a lot of games than it is in like going for world record attempts. And it's one that I personally deeply appreciate and try to cultivate.
Cool. Well, I think we're just about ready to get back to Act 4. I think this is going to be the last little bit. Should line up pretty well with the end of the run if I'm looking at this correctly. So.
Yeah, I've got 2 more of these tournaments to clean up.
Okay.
It's time to read the rest of the script.
This is it, Yugi. It's over. But you played honorably.
You have been fair and noble opponent too, Mako, but I also deal with the fate of a loved one at stake. Mako blinks, and his eyes go wide with understanding. What's Yugi about to do? And I can't afford to lose. I switch my Stone Soldier to attack mode. Stone Soldier stands from its kneeling defense position. Mako looks up at it, shocked and surprised.
Attack mode? But why? He cannot attack my sea monsters while they're underwater.
But his target isn't your sea monsters. I forgot about this. This is what Leggy was talking about.
Yeah.
I'm having him attack a card I put on the field myself. Yugi points directly upward as the Stone Soldier draws his stone sword very slowly. The moon! Taking a card out of Piccolo's book. Mako does a double take, realizing what that would mean. He can't believe it.
No!
Now, Stone Soldier, destroy the moon!
If only Link had a Stone Soldier of stone.
Right? That would,
Majora's Mask would have been over in like 5 minutes.
yeah, just poke it and it's done. You're good to go. Just skewer it like a kebab and fling it across the planet. Stone Soldier takes aim, reaches up, and why did I use my Yami voice there? Stone Soldier takes aim, reaches up, and stabs the moon. It explodes. Loud noise, bright light.
I like how it goes from being so poetic unto loud noise, bright light.
And it actually does say loud noise, bright light.
Yeah, that was not me ad-libbing. Mako flinches away, hiding his face. When Mako looks at the field again, moon gravel is raining onto the field's ocean, which is moving rapidly.
Moon gravel.
Moon gravel.
How Cave Johnson.
That was what I was saying. Isn't that what Cave Johnson used to make the portal surfaces?
Baku's gonna burn your house down with the lemons.
Yugi's gonna burn the moon down with his Stone Soldier. That's your line.
What's happening? The tide. It's going out. But how?
As you yourself said before, Mako, it is the moon that controls the ocean's tides, its ebb and its flow. I can explain that. So I ordered my Stone Soldier to obliterate the moon, causing the ocean's tides to reverse and recede. Karyushin, the great white terrier. Yeah, it's a dog. It's a giant white dog.
That is sea base.
That is sea based. Yep. It is a water dog. And Fiend Kraken lie on the field around Stone Soldier's feet, gasping helplessly. My Stone Soldier has beached all of your sea monsters, including your little dog, too. You have no ocean left.
No, my precious fish. And I would have gotten away with it if it weren't for your pesky kids and my dog.
And now I'll deliver the final blow. I combine my Curse of Dragon card with the... What did Curse of Dragon... Oh, now he's summoning it. Okay. With the magic of the Burning Land card to wipe out your remaining life points. Burning Land attack! Curse of Dragon incinerates the landscape and all of the fish and the dog along with it. And that takes your life points down to 0.
Oh my god. You killed John Wick's dog.
Oh no! Yami, watch out. Be careful. Oh no, it's not good. Oh, it's your line.
No.
Ha ha ha, way to go, Yugi.
Yeah.
That scene direction was Taya hops up and down.
Destroying your own moon card was a brilliant and unexpected move, Yugi.
He sighs, then regains his characteristic grin.
Ha 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 ha, what a grand duel. I salute you, my friend.
This victory was not easily won, Mako. You're a great duelist yourself, even if I don't know which way to pronounce your name and I keep changing between it because I can't decide.
I believe it's canonically Mako Tsunami.
Well, that's canon is not that canon. This canon is
This
more like
cannon is your cannon. This cannon is my cannon.
That's why we call it up in our head canon.
Yeah. This is the couch cannon. And the couch cannon makes no distinction between Mako and Mako. Mako, how about this? Mako, I'll just call it Mako, flicks something off his own nose and winks, grinning.
Oh, it's a bird?
Mako! Mako!
Ha!
Back on the shore, the duel arena has disappeared.
I am down to 1 star chip, but I will start over again.
And I bet you'll do fine.
You'd win that wager. Ha!
Yugi and Mako clasp hands. They are friends and rivals now.
You know, I can't help but like that Mako. He's such a great guy and all. I hope he finds his father someday.
Mako's stomach grumbles audibly, as does the couch's.
Ah, my friend, dueling you is hungry work.
Mako takes a running jump off the cliff into the ocean as he yells, "Caw! Caw!"
Time for Mako to fish again. Farewell.
He lands in the ocean and swims away, still laughing. Joey, Tristan, and Taya are nonplussed.
Bye, Mako. Wish he'd bring us some fish.
We'd have to duel him again. That's you two laughing. They turn and start walking away.
Forget about it. But guys, I am getting seriously hungry.
As they walk away, Yugi glances back one more time at the sea beyond the edge of the cliff.
Not a problem. We still got my great outdoor survival guide. No way.
Go ahead, Tristan. Eat all the pages you like.
End of the episode. It's okay. It's okay. The episode's over. It's fine. How are we doing, dear?
Yay. This one's proving to be a little trolly.
Oh no.
But I'm still feeling confident.
Hooray.
Hooray! I don't think I have another episode in me.
Yeah, I think.
That's fair.
My throat is shredded. I can only imagine what Dijon's voice is feeling right now.
Oh.
You're gonna be stuck in a macaw's voice forever. It's way too early. Oh dear. All right, so about this, that's a lot of yellow on the screen. What's going on?
So that yellow is the movement path.
Oh, you had a lot of movement, Crest, didn't you?
Yes, I built up a fair bit of movement. Unfortunately, my opponent also has a bunch of movement and attack crests, which is something you really never want to see in this game.
Yeah.
Because it means, because of the way this deck is built and the way that the underlying mechanics work, every single attack is going to one-shot me because I don't have any defense to defend with. So these battles prove treacherous. I don't have enough movement to get over. So really what I'm trying to do at this point is I decided to take a few minutes and clear out one of my opponent's monsters, but really what I want to do is try and set up some quick precision strikes on their Dice Master and just try to get those last two hits in as fast as I can. Unfortunately, as with all things, it comes down to the will of the random numbers. Luckily, the AI in this game isn't very good, doesn't quite realize what I'm doing, and is hanging back on defense.
Sorry, we're all just completely tapped over here.
Yeah, I'm just reading Discord.
I'm watching the run, but
Yeah. And if there's any questions from chat about this game, or about anything, I'm more than willing to field questions because, there's not really that much interesting going on outside of the fact that I am trying to build up for a kind of, super big attack.
I would ask for a commercial break, but I don't think it's actually a commercial break anymore. I think it's just the next show.
Yeah.
I've got a quick message if we have time for.
We have all the time in the world. Do not worry about that.
Great. All right. Summer Games Done Quick 2020 submission. That is open from March 4th to March 14th. So that means next week. GDQ, they're looking for runners. They're looking for volunteers. So if that interests you, please submit at gamesdonequick.com.
So
I've also
Yeah.
I've got a mind half full 243 donates $25 and says, as someone who grew up watching and playing a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh and who played all of these weird and bizarre spin-off games, this run is bringing back a lot of memories. Keep up the work. for a great cause.
Well,
Oh no.
see what happens here. Okay. You can at least stop me from losing this turn, even if I can't win. Yeah, so because I never really got into it earlier, let's get into the combat mechanics of this game. So first and foremost, the basic way it works is that monsters have an attack value, a defense value, and a hit point value or heart value. If you attack another monster, you have to pay 1 attack crest. And in doing so, you are allowed to attack them. They can pay a defense crest if they want. If they don't pay, they take 1 heart point of damage for every 10 points of attack your monster has. If they do pay, the amount of damage is subtracted from your monster's attack value instead. Since we never get any defense crests in this run, we're always doing full damage. Or at least taking full damage, sorry. There we go. And, of course, as previously mentioned, any hits on a Dice Master just does 1 heart of damage directly. Additionally, there are 5 different monster types. I think it's Dragon, Undead, Spellcaster, Beast, and like Warrior, I think, that have kind of a rock, paper, scissors relationship with each other. Each type of monster is strong against one other and weak against a different one. And that adds or subtracts 10 points of attack from your monster when you attack another one. So that's something to keep in mind as well. And finally, there is the flying ability. And flying monsters can only be attacked by other flying monsters or monsters that allow you to that have a special ability that lets them attack flying monsters.
So it's Magic the Gathering.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the deck we have has no way of dealing with flying monsters. And I definitely had a run die the other day to my opponent getting a wall of flyers blocking their Dice Master in the only accessible location to attack.
Oh dear.
So I just had to throw that run away.
About how much longer do you think it will be in the run optimally here?
So optimally, let's see here. This is after this fight, I have the last fight of this tournament, and then I have 1 more 4-fight tournament. So counting the one I'm currently in, I have 6 more duels to do.
Okay, so for someone who doesn't play this game, how does that go?
Optimally, these fights take about 4 minutes, but the moment RNG starts going off the rails, that can get a little finicky. And when I say optimally, I mean like you get all of your monsters all the way across, and you get 1 turn where you get to do 2 hits on the enemy Dice Master.
Gotcha. Hey, Curse of Dragon, we just talked about that monster.
Yeah. So realistically, we're looking at like another 30.
Cool.
Which is about where my estimate was.
Cool. Sounds great.
Because, like I said, because of the nature of the RNG in this game, you kind of have to prepare yourself for the worst possibilities. And the worst possibility for this game is basically that wipe I had earlier, which set me back the entire tournament. Because, like, if I lose to the first fight of a tournament, that's not actually that big of a deal because I can just, retry. but that loss was, frankly, about the most brutal thing that could have happened. Additionally, the last duel that I fought here took a fair bit of time to pull off because of my opponent doing a good job of clearing out my monsters as I was going, and me just having to spend a lot of time banking crests and waiting for a moment to strike. So that cost about 5 minutes.
But you did pull it off very gracefully.
Yes. Oh, hey, look who we're up against.
Hey, is it Macaw?
It is Macaw. I'm fighting Macaw for the title in the Japan Rep tournament.
Get wrecked, Japan. That's the closest thing I got. Disclosure, I really like Japan, and I don't want them to get wrecked, but it was, yeah.
Yeah, the joke was there and you went for it.
Yeah.
I understand.
I can't pass up good wordplay.
Yeah. Though I always find that one of the cool and kind of unique things about the way that this game is structured is the fact that when you dimension the dice, you actually get 6 squares of movement in patterns that you could get from unfolding the sides of a die and laying them out flat. Which is why I use the particular layout that I am, because it is the furthest across the field you can actually get with the actual kinds of shapes that you can get from unfolding a die.
That is a really, really neat hidden mechanic.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why there's no like full straight path, because you need that one bend in order to make it work.
Right.
For some reason, I'm just remembering then they push the die into the board in the anime.
Yeah.
What was
the
it?
last time I did a marathon of this game, we read the very first episode as well as the first episode, or the first 2 episodes, or the second episode. I don't quite remember which episode, because the first episode where they actually played Dungeon Dice Monsters.
Okay, so correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't the guy's name Duke Devlin? Was that right?
Yes.
Okay, that was purely from memory. I'm just trying to remember.
Yeah, the English character, the quote-unquote creator of Duel Monsters, is Duke Devlin.
You mean Dice Monsters?
I mean Dice Monsters, because the creator of Duel Monsters is Maximilian Pegasus.
And yet he didn't actually
My
create it
bad.
as
I'm
we...
sorry for not respecting the lore.
we just did a number on the lore with our reading, so I think you're fine.
I mean, Yugi dueled a macaw.
Yeah. That spoke like Keanu Reeves, but also had 3 different voices in the same episode.
Also, Yugi killed John
Fair.
Wick's dog.
Yeah, John Wick's dog, that poor great white terrier.
The ocean-bound Great White Terrier, might we add.
The ocean bow-wound.
Wow.
It is late.
It is.
That's fair.
It's not late for you, but it is late for us.
Oh no, this is definitely the time I usually go to bed. And I've got work in the morning. So I am definitely trying to beat this game as fast as I can.
I mean,
I like to get to sleep.
we even slept before this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I took a little bit of a nap. But, you know. Oh, and of course, the other awful thing you can do in this game is you can accidentally not change to the next tournament.
No.
Oh,
Ooh.
Does that lock you into the tournament?
Yes.
Oh, God.
You actually have to, like, forfeit the match you get into in order to get back out.
Oh, gosh.
wow, Yugi beat his grandfather.
You
Yeah,
do
well-
the thing.
Also, shoutouts to Duke
He's stuck in
Dufflin
the
being
TV.
entered in the same half of the bracket as me.
Now Dijon's in a box. All right, it's fine.
Also, shoutouts to the fact that the music changes for this particular tournament.
Well, you're in the World Championship. What do you expect?
Yeah. And, like, honestly, this track is kind of a jam. Yeah, so talking about optimal RNG for this, really optimal RNG would be every single time I roll the dice, I get 2 summon crests and then some other kinds of crest, either the attack or the defense, that I can use to leverage in when I get all the way down at the end. Getting 3 summon crests kind of technically wastes time because I don't get anything to stock up for when I get all the way down there. And optimally, I think I need 6 movement crests and 3 attack, but all of my attack crests come in pairs. If you look at the die, it's got the I've got 2 on my Beaver Warrior. I have 2 summon crests. I have 4 summon crests, but I also have attack and movement, each that have a little 2 at the bottom. That means whenever I roll that side, I get 2 of those.
Background on this tournament is drippy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a nice double hit turn.
Nice.
And with the way that my board is walled off, unless my opponent gets something completely bonkers, I'm basically guaranteed to win this duel.
So would you say you're in go mode?
No, I still need 1 attack crest, which I have a 1 and 3 on each individual die. Boom. GG for the first fight of the final tournament.
Woo!
3 to go.
Yep.
You got this.
All right. If I beat Yugi, I get to fight Duke.
Excellent. Had you not matched that text, I was going to read it in my Yugi voice, but never mind.
Yeah, it's a generic comment about games are meant to be fun and we'll all try our best or something like that.
Well, I'll try our best.
Hey, you. I gotta get back to Brooklyn and drive my taxi cab.
And I'm just hungry. I didn't even get any fish.
So does Yami Yugi have to eat separately from Yugi?
I mean, they share a body, so I think the answer is no.
But some food's good for the spirit.
Yeah, but what I
there's
really
soul
want to
food.
know is how many calories does Yugi burn by doing the sudden growth spurt? Like, that's got to take a lot of energy out of him, right?
I mean,
Does he get those calories back when he shrinks back
yeah,
down?
like, does he regain them? Is it like just a temporary debt?
Well, I mean, according to all known laws of thermodynamics.
Oh no.
I think we could just throw those out. Have you seen that hair? That hair is not, no.
Well, I mean, it will cost something because you know, he does let off all that light, and that energy has to come from somewhere, right?
I mean,
Does it?
does it? Are you sure?
I mean, the answer is the real answer here is yes, Leggy, be quiet. It's magic. We don't have to explain it.
Yeah, rule of cool.
It comes from
Fun.
It comes from the swords of revealing light.
Swords of revealing light.
But there are no swords. Also, chat, if you want any of our third-rate duelists to say things that they're allowed to say on stream in their voices, I think getting in a donation with a suggestion would be a good idea.
I'll be down for that.
I'm gonna beat up Karibo.
Oh no.
Oh, that.
Well, it's fine. My
something
player
bad
does not have any attack crests.
Okay.
I was just mad because I wanted to build there. How far can I beat you? Okay, we can still get the double hit this turn.
Nice.
Someone brought up in chat, is there any like chance of a port of like a Game Boy game to like, you know, a more modern console like the Switch?
I mean, you know,
If there is, it's not going to be this one.
yeah.
I mean, if you got a Switch, just play Legacy of the Duelist.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, like, let's face it, this is not a very well-designed game. From a purely game design standpoint, at least in my opinion. Then again, I don't like games where actions are locked out or not based off of dice rolls, where you can just be stuck in loops of not doing anything for the entire game if RNG decides that it doesn't like you today. So I would hope that if any Yu-Gi-Oh games get ported or upgraded, they go for some of the better ones.
So, Forbidden Memories.
Yeah, Forbidden Memories, Falsebound Kingdom, Sacred Cards. Was that the one on GBA, the first one on GBA?
I know I said better ones, but honestly, I can't get over the glorious camp that is Duelist of the Roses.
Duels of the
one's-
Roses, yeah. That's up there.
That one's pretty great. Like, just somebody wrote, it's basically like Yu-Gi-Oh / actual history fan fiction.
So it's Yu-Gi-Oh /
Yeah.
Slash.
But yeah, like, if you actually know anything about the actual War of the Roses, it's such a wild and ridiculous game to interact with.
Celtic Guardian.
We're still gonna keep trying to build out. Unfortunately, because I had a few turns off from summoning, my opponent was able to build out towards me.
Yeah.
Not good.
Yeah.
You hate to see it.
Luckily, I've got the better stockpile of crests right now, so that when I do finally summon my next monster, I will be able to start making the attacks. Whereas Duke Devlin here only has attack crests, does not have any movement, which means all of his monsters are stuck in place.
I mean, that's good news for us, but bad news for Duke.
Yes,
It's time to
There we go.
Duke Devlin.
that's the formation I want. Yeah, and like a big part of this game is, there are more optimal ways I could have made that. And like starting to get a feel for, okay, given this sort of configuration, how can I squeeze this one piece right in the corner there to get this attack off on my opponent? And doing that quickly is tricky. Also, these monsters that add crests to the crest pool, that animation takes forever. All right, the grand finals against Bandit Keith.
Woo! Woo! Let's go.
It's the duel for America.
I'm actually very glad that they didn't have the transcript for that episode because I do not have any idea what we would have done with Bandit Keith.
Yeah.
I mean, you would have done something brilliant.
You give us too much credit.
That's certainly a way
I'll
to
give you the
describe
credit
what
you
we did.
deserve. All right, that's probably, I forget the exact name, but the total board wipe item. So the way that items work in this game is kind of like trap cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! Proper. They appear as these treasure chests that the player who plays them down knows what they are. The other player looks at that and goes, yeah, I got nothing. It's a chest. And Keith being a sneaky boy and locking off my ability to attack him from the side like I wanted to.
Sneaky boy.
So I'm just going to walk on over there. I don't have the movement yet, dang it. Well, I'm already up in my opponent's face, so it's just a matter of building out from here. Yeah, that's some annoying movement, but we can work with that. Okay. Luckily, now that I'm all the way up here, the one big rule that I didn't touch on about the way that you build out your board is that the pieces you play have to be touching either your Dice Master or another piece of your territory. Yep. Boom. And what I'm banking on here is that Bandit Keith tends to play with high-leveled monsters, which he's been doing a obnoxiously good job of actually summoning.
Eesh.
And I was hoping I could rebuild way faster than he could. but it looks like that might not be the case. So what I'm going to say is that win or lose this duel, when it ends, that will be time. If we win, time will be on credits. If not, yeah, we had fun.
Yeah.
I think it is fair to mercy kill a run of this game on the last duel, considering what the alternative is. So,
Yeah. Because as previously mentioned, if I were to wipe in this duel, I would have to go all the way back and do 4 more duels to get back to this point. And
you have to work in the morning.
Yeah. And let's face it, it's not exactly going to be anything super different from what we've already seen. We've given this game the best showcase we could have.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think that's lethal.
Yeah.
So at this point, I just want to thank, first and foremost, my lovely couch for providing their beautiful voices to the entertainment. I want to thank GDQ and the Frame Fatale staff for allowing me to showcase this game. And time will be when the credits start playing. So, time.
Good job. What is that? Literally 20 seconds overestimate?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
An amazing estimate.
Again,
Yeah.
that was with that super awful wipe.
yeah.
If we subtract, yeah. So I almost finished. See here, without that wipe, I would have gotten like about 20 minutes off this, which would have been directly on par with my PB.
Absolutely. So this member of the Third Duelist needs to go and help start setting up for the next run. So it has been great. I will see y'all later in the week chat. So goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, we have Corotation with a $10 donation. No comment. Thank you very much, Corotation. We have Bugs40 with a $25 donation. No comment. Thank you very much. And Lily42 with $5. And the comment is trans rights. I think we can all agree with that one. Thank you very much for your support. And I think we are going to go to a brief message from Malala Fund. Thank you.
Am I good to cut? Excellent. Then I am just going to go pass the hell right out. Thank you all, and I'll see y'all later.
Hey, we have Toko Hero With a $5 donation. Oh, this was in reference to the previous run. Tokihiro says, okay, hear me out. Dice games on motorcycle. Rianda has a $10 donation. No comment. Thank you very much, Rianda. And there is a $20 donation from Anonymous. No comment. Thank you, Anonymous. Everyone who leaves donations, it's wonderful. So thank you very much for your support. All right, thanks everyone for watching here. Frostbite Hotels and other hotfix events and shows are supported by viewers like you. Your subscriptions and your bits help keep the channel running for these fun events, including shows like Frost Fatales, Random Number Generation, Retro Reboot, Time Capsule, Learning with Liz, and more. So we thank you all for your support. Just want to mention again that Summer Games Done Quick 2020, that submission period is going to be opening very soon. It's going to be starting next week from March 4th through the 14th, and they're looking for both runners and volunteers. So if that's something that interests you, go to gamesdonequick.com and submit there. If you haven't already gotten your Yeti t-shirt, we do have a Frost Fatales shirt this time, and it is absolutely amazing. The Yeti is going to be donating $5 per shirt purchase to Malala Fund, so you can go find the shirts at theyeti.com. All right, folks, we still have a whole bunch of Earthbound incentives. It's 8 different ones. So if you're an Earthbound fan like I am, make sure that you get your choices in. Um, we've got Code Lyoko coming up next. So if you really want something other than Frog Facts as the file name choice, you have a very, very, very short amount of time to get your choices in for that. We've got a $10 donation from Anonymous. Comment is actually no comment. Thank you very much for your support. We have a $35 donation, again from Anonymous, and this time the comment really is there is no comment. Thank you very much. Wow, we have a $100 donation from SSFSX1751. You really wanted to make me stumble there. No comment, but thank you very much for your support. So Frame Fatales has been going for a while, but this is the first time that Frame Fatales has actually had a charity. So Malala Fund is a charity, and it's working for a world where every girl can learn and lead. With more than 130 million girls out of school today, they're breaking down barriers that hold girls back by investing in local education activism, advocating to hold leaders accountable, and amplifying girls' voices. So you are giving to a great cause. Mails- We have Maelstrom Alpha with a $10 donation. Says, I didn't know this event was happening, but I'm happy it is. Good luck with all the runs and thank you for helping me see this work week